Hey y'all, this is Lou Temple. You know me as Axel on The Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech Questions. Keep tuning in. Follow me.
Alright, and welcome back everybody to part 2 of Creech Questions, episode 20. We're going to go right back into the best of these interviews. Up next, we've got Moses Mosley, who played Michonne's pet walker, talking about what it was like the first time he found out that he actually was a toy.
Okay, one thing I have to ask is, for the last Walking Dead related question, Michonne's pets are like one of the iconic zombies in the whole series and comic books. What is it like to see both, your likeness on toys and posters and all that?
It's just like a surreal feeling. Like it's like an amazing honor, and like actually the first time I even found out, I had an action figure out. I was at a party, and I was talking to a young lady about everything I do and things I've been in, and she was like, "Hey, you got an action figure, right?" And I was like, "What?" Like I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she actually Googled my name and pulled everything up, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And it just so happens that next week I started receiving them in the mail to sign for fans and everything, and I was just like, when I first actually held it in my hand, I just stared at it for like an hour, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But it's really awesome. Like it's unbelievable. It really is.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, and that was it's actually, from what I'm reading, it's slowly becoming a hard to find toy too, so it's going to be increasing in value as well.
Every guest on Creech Questions that we've ever had is very special to me, but there's just something that feels different when we get the current main cast from The Walking Dead on our show. And recently on episode 16 we had Jordan Woods Robinson, who plays Aaron's boyfriend Eric. Jordan shed some light on the amazing response he's received from the fans as part of the Walking Dead family, and answered a hilarious question from actor Dave Sheridan pertaining to not only his work on The Walking Dead, but his work as a Blue Man in the Blue Man Group.
At Supsara asks, what's your favorite part about working on The Walking Dead?
Before I got cast, I heard that people referred to themselves as a family, and I think that's true. Not just on set. Everybody on set, like I already said, is super close and knows what they need to do and all that. But then also offset. The fandom of this show is massive. It's huge. And I've been trying to get more into social media of engaging with people and just really wanting to talk to people and connect with them, and I've really enjoyed that. And watching the conversations that are going on, and the little trinkets of appreciation, the gifts that people make by creating a custom image or maybe an edit of an episode and putting some cool music behind it, stuff like that, to be able to show that they love the show, and that they're showing it in their own way. And I actually just did. So I have a podcast as well for SOS Studio, but I just did an episode. CJ, as you know, you wrote in for this, and an episode dedicated to the fans, because without fans, there would be no success. The show would not be able to boast that we have 30 million viewers, or we broke so many records with 17 million viewers, and we wouldn't have that, because the viewers are the supporters, the viewers are the fans, and they're they're crucial, integral to this whole relationship. And so I talked to 5 different fans, and I interviewed them and put in a bunch of different quotes from other fans that people had written in, and it's such a cool dynamic. It's such a cool family. And that podcast is going to be available starting tomorrow, the 22nd, April 22nd, which, if you're listening to this podcast years from now, that won't mean anything, but it'll be on my website, and I'm just happy to share that with people, because I've gotten some great support from the fans. And you asked about negativity earlier, and I think the fan base is so strong that even in those situations where there has been some negativity directed towards someone else, other members of the fan community come out and say, "Hey man, that's not cool right now. You're welcome to have those opinions, but just maybe not right here." Yeah. And I've seen that a lot, and I've really appreciated that. I think it's a great testament to to the people who just want to keep this a strong, supportive environment for the creatives who are putting on the show, and to keep them to keep inspiring us and to keep pushing us to tell a better story and to surprise our viewers. Like that's what we want to do. We want to keep it going, and we want it to be fresh, and we want it to continually keep you on your toes, so that you never know what's coming, so that it's always got that excitement to it. So anyway, back to the original question. Best thing is the family, all around Walking Dead family.
All right, and the last fan question is actually from actor Dave Sheridan. He's a main actor in the Walking Dead parody film, The Walking Deceased.
Yeah.
And he asks, do you plan to kill any zombies in the future with large PVC percussion devices? And what type of sound would a zombie head make when hit with ping pong balls?
Oh, goodness. A beautiful sound, I'm sure. That's great. Someone actually asked me if I was going to kill some zombies with my fiddle bow, and I thought it'd be really cool. Aaron and Ross got to kill a zombie with a license plate. So why can't I kill a zombie with a fiddle bow? You gotta get Scott Gimple on the line. Hey, give me this. But yeah, totally. I think that's really cool. I think that's one thing. I mean, we saw it really come to play with Emily Kinney's character Beth. Where they found out that she was a musician and a guitarist and a singer, and that got incorporated into the show. And I think that's lovely. And I think, so many of I know Scott Gimple is so open to the actors bringing their story, bringing their interpretation of the character in, and he's gonna provide everything in the script that he needs to in order to give the actor a solid take on who this person is that they're bringing to life. But after that, I've heard from many actors that Scott's pretty laid back, and he says, "No, you've got a vision of this character, and I want you to move forward with it." And he said the same thing to me too. He said, "I've seen your scenes. You've obviously got a strong idea of who Eric is, and so I'm not going to get in your way." And I think so each actor that's coming in is bringing their own life experiences, their own skill sets. And if mine turn out to be that I end up killing a walker with a PVC instrument and choking them with marshmallows or something, then that'll be my story.
From the span of episodes 16 through 18, we had a whole Grady Memorial arc on Creech Questions where we only interviewed actors from that arc of The Walking Dead. And it has been now one of my favorite 3 episodes to have ever done. Cullen Moss was absolutely amazing. Eric Jensen was as equally amazing and very generous. And we still keep in touch, and he even sent me a copy of his graphic novel, The Reconcilers, which I highly suggest hitting him up on Twitter at EricJensen123 to get your own copy. And Aberdon Fox, who's been busy doing conventions and is getting ready to start back acting. They had amazing stories to tell about one of the biggest arcs that The Walking Dead's had in a while, when you consider that it ended with the death of a main character in Beth and Emily Kinney. Now, Cullen's character didn't live long enough to get to that, as Emily did kill him, but it was really hard just picking really one question apiece to share, so I went ahead and used both of their answers about being on set the day that Emily Kinney's character, Beth, went to the big Walking Dead graveyard in the sky.
And Chrissy C98 asks, how uncomfortable was it to film the lollipop scene with Emily Kinney?
It was uncomfortable, but just in being in that skin of somebody that disgusting, that's uncomfortable a little bit. But truly, like I said, with the director and Emily, they both helped create a very comfortable atmosphere, honestly. And I knew, just knowing how uncomfortable it might have been making Emily was not a comfortable thing. But she was very, she was completely went with it, and we had the conversation. It's like, hey, do you mind? Is it okay if we do this? Yeah, that's fine. Do what you got to do. Do you want a stunt lollipop? She made it really easy and made me feel like less of a creep. she's just a really sweet, generous woman. So.
All right, and I have Christina Campbell from Facebook asks, what was the atmosphere like on set during the filming of Emily Kinney's, aka Beth's death scene?
I've answered this question before, and I don't want to give you anything canned, but it was respectful. It was quiet. Ernest Dickerson is and Walter Hill are my two favorite living directors, so that was a phenomenal opportunity to watch him work. It was hard to stay focused. I mean, for me, obviously I'm a circular thinker, and I get in little cul-de-sacs. So it was a long day. I can't remember exactly, but I think that scene was 6 pages long on the day that we shot it. And it's a very tense scene, and so everybody had to be at a level of tension over and over and over again. And it's an important scene because it was a season ender, so we all had to stay focused, and it was hot, and and also like there was an actor who was saying goodbye to a character, which was always tough, but she handled it. She was a pro about it. I think other people were sadder about it. She was awesome, professional, clear, perfectionist in the way that Emily's a perfectionist. Christine too was just tremendously focused. And I wish people would look at her performance again and look at what she assembled. It's a really tremendous performance. I mean, like a Nurse Ratched level performance in Cuckoo's Nest, Mm-hmm. So it's hard. I mean, parts like that are too rarely written for women. I think that's one of the things that I love about the show in terms of the cross-cultural makeup of the cast and just in terms of the way characters are written and women are written, and I just think that the writers on that show just create three-dimensional everything for everyone, and it's that's one of the things that people are drawn to. I mean, finally, writers who are creating three-dimensional characters, and with their flaws and foibles and everything, And I love writing for women. I prefer writing for women, frankly, to writing for men. So.
Very true. And also, you were involved with one of the most, I'd say, important scenes of the last season with the whole Beth death scene.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't, as a background actor, I didn't have scripts, so I didn't know exactly what we were doing each day until I got there. So when I found out first of all, when I found out we were there and they told me it was the mid-season finale, I was like, oh, awesome. That's always one of the biggest episodes. Then I found out the scene we were filming, and it was crazy. Now
was how was the mood on set? Was it somber or anything when they're filming, very emotional scenes?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of tears because of the scene that it was, and especially with her. And there was cast members that weren't even in the scene that came and visited set that day. But it was really sad in between. But there was also a lot of fun in between scenes. So it was kind of a mixture of both. But it was a long day. I think it was like the second day we filmed that scene was like a 16-hour day. So.
Oh wow, that is quite a long day.
Yeah.
And that is going to wrap it up for the celebrity interviews. Look back on the past 19 episodes of Creech Questions. I do have a little surprise for everybody that makes it to the second part. Now, I know it may be hard to say my name sometimes. With it being Creech, sometimes, especially if you hear it for the first time, you might have a little trouble saying it. You might add some stuff. It might become Creature, anything like that. So I've got some audio outtakes of some of the actors trying to say my nightmare of a name with this podcast that hopefully will make you laugh. Hope you enjoy.
Hello everybody, I'm Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men, and you're listening to Creech's Questions.
Hey, this is Harold Perrineau, Michael from Lost, and you're listening to
Creature. Sorry, I should do it again. What is it called?
Creech questions. It's hard.
Creech
questions.
Creech questions. Creech. Is it Creech?
Yeah, Creech.
Creech. Like in Screech, right?
Yes.
Good. All right.
Just lastly, can I get you to do a promo for the intro of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay. Basically, it'll just be like, "Hi, I'm Sonequa Martin Green, and I play Sasha in The Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech Questions."
Creech?
Yes, ma'am. Creech. It's almost like Screech without the S.
Oh. Creech questions?
Creech Questions. Yes, ma'am.
You got it. You got it.
All right. And whenever... Oh, sorry.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
We are going to end today's episode with alternate takes from the Dave Sheridan Doofy podcast skit. For the first time in 16 years, you're going to get to hear the voice of the killer and some of the other hilarious things that he said that unfortunately didn't make it into the final cut of that skit. So enjoy.
Okay. Might take me a bit to get into Doofy, so this one I'll just kind of ramble into it. You know what I mean?
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, good. Hey, guys. Hey, this is Doofy. I've taken over Creech Questions, and I'm going to make all sorts of answers and questions, and I like questions. Why? Hey, I said not to disturb you. I'm doing my podcast. Well, Mom said, when I'm doing my podcast, you got to treat me like a guy on the internet. I'm a swimmer. Let's see, where were we? Oh, yeah, right here. Whoa. Okay, let's take a caller. But we don't do callers? No prank calls. I'm in the house. Yeah, you're on the air. Were you dumb? It's the interweb. There's no air. It's Wi-Fi. Big thing, why'd you post that? Told you not to post a picture like that. That's against the law. And I'm the man of the law. You need to respect me when I'm wearing this badge. Yeah, I know I'm in my underwear, but when I'm wearing the badge, you gotta respect me. You think I got some of that?
That was amazing. That works perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, it's fucking Doofy, dude. Just make it a train wreck.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty amazing when everything's put together.
All right, everybody, that is going to wrap it up for episode 20, the Greatest Hits and Skits edition. I hope you enjoyed all of the interviews and you enjoyed the skits. Keep in mind that we've got a packed schedule coming up. We've already got confirmations from both Michael Traynor, who's currently playing Nick, or a.k.a. Nicholas, on The Walking Dead, but also Chris Harrelson, who played a walker multiple times in Season 5, will be joining us. And also, I will announce here that within the next month, as we will be planning and going to Walker Stalker Con Orlando, Scott Wilson, a.k.a. Herschel himself, is going to be joining us for the podcast. So we'll be expecting some fan questions for all these lovely gentlemen to be sent our way. If you want to send them our way, make sure you check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Creech Creative Productions, Instagram and Tumblr at Creech Creative, or Twitter at CJCNOV88. You can also check out our website at www.creechcreativeproductions.com. We will see you next week. And one last thing before I go. I didn't get a chance to speak to all our fans this week due to the time constraints and how busy I've been. So I'm thinking possibly as early as next week we're going to do the fan edition of Creech Questions, where I talk to you, the fans. I'll keep tuned to Twitter and I'll let you know more about what way we're going. But for now, we're going to cut it right here. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for listening, and see you next time on Creech Questions.
Hey y'all, this is Lou Temple.
Greg Nicotero.
Patty Miller.
T-Love. Sarah Jensen.
Emma Bell.
Ming Chen. Vincent M. Ward. Jeff Cobra.
Jose Pablo Cantillo.
Danny Robo. Lawrence Gilliard Jr. Nestor Carbonell. Harold Perrineau. Daniel Thomas May.
Dylan Moss.
Sarah Wayne Callies.
Chad L. Coleman.
I'm RJ May from Breaking Bad. Bates Montell. AMC's Comic Book Man.
The Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech. Creech questions.
You better listen up good or I'm come get you.
Hey everyone out there, this is CJ Creech, and you too can listen to our celebrity interviews on our podcast, Creech Questions. Check us out on CreechCreativeProductions.com and Facebook.com/CreechCreativeProductions.